Hey everybody, welcome back to the Paranormal Rush Hour. I'm your host Ryan Rush, and today I've got some more ParanorMAIL for you guys. I am really looking forward to reading this because this was a really cool one, and I hope you guys enjoy it. They're anonymous, but it's a very interesting email, and I'm pulling it up here. Give me a second. Okay. All right, here we go. Hey Ryan, great show the other night on and after Bigfoot Odyssey. Those of us that do know the Sasquatch people well know that what you and Mike have gone through is very real, and I'm very glad that people like you two are publicly speaking on the way things really are with the phenomenon that is them. I don't know if you realize the role you guys play in changing the past and still current perception of them to the actual truth. It helps more people than you know. Those people that see those things, they do and are afraid to tell about it because it was a paranormal experience for them, are the ones that are becoming empowered because of you. I thought it really spoke of your dedication that you stayed and recorded another video for us too. It was greatly appreciated. I really appreciate you saying all of that, and I'm saying all of that because he told me to read it. Right up there. It said, read this all, please. So, I really do. I appreciate those compliments. And people need the truth out there about them. That's all there is to it. I mean, there's no reason in not telling exactly what happens. So, anyway, okay. Here's the main email part. I heard you talking about the guy that played with the young Sasquatch when he was a kid. Well, I am not him, but it happened to me also. I grew up around Greenville, Tennessee, and we had a place on the lake that we'd stay at for a month or two during the summer. It was not far from our main home, so it wasn't like we went to another state or even county, LOL. It was a nice little 3-bed, 2-bath manufactured home that we had down there. I was around 12, and my little brother was about 9. We played in the woods, which were plentiful around there, and built forts and whatnot. One day we went to a stick fort that we made there, and there was an X made with 2 medium-sized sticks about 4 feet long each in front of the entrance. We thought it was just another kid messing around with our fort, so we just moved them and went in. My brother was tired and wanted to go home, so I stayed and played around making things on the fort. The next thing I know, I look up, and there is a hairy person about 5.5 feet tall standing there looking at me, no more than 15 feet away. I did not hear them approach at all. Being a 12-year-old, I knew what Bigfoot was, and that is what I thought when I saw her. This did not scare me at all, though. Instead, I felt a sort of connection to her. I walked over and stopped about 6 feet away. Good social distance, LOL. Just kidding, this was in 1990. And waved. She smiled and waved back. I can remember her teeth being bigger than mine, but the same kind of shape. I asked her if she had put that on my door, and she said no. My brother did, but I helped find the sticks. Then she told me her name was Nyasa, and I told her mine. We then shook hands, and this was something I will never forget. When I touched her hand, it was much bigger than mine. I got a flash like a movie where I saw 3 other Sasquatch, 2 big and one much smaller, and I just knew it was her family. She smiled again, and once I let go of her hand, I felt completely at ease and familiar with her. It was just bizarre. So we walked into the fort area, and she started fixing the places that we had trouble with. It was incredible because she would place sticks in such a way that I had never considered. A lot like what you say when you find structures in your other videos, Ryan. The way she fixed and secured the sticks was so precise and intuitive. Nyasa was taller than me and bigger, and could do some incredible things. I know people will want a description of her, so she was a dark brown color, and her face had slightly lighter skin with no hair, but there was long strands of hair that went down each side of her head to her chest, almost like dreadlocks. She was more slender than a typical depiction of them, but she was not full grown either. Her eyes were exactly as you have described, with very little white on them, and a dark brown shade. She had a medium-sized nose with consideration to her other features. The hair was stiffer and thicker than ours, and skin too. I'm not going to tell you how I knew she was a girl, but they don't wear clothes, so you could guess. She could run into a briar patch and back out with not a scratch on her. I kept meeting her in the woods, and each time I learned something. She could run and climb a tree so fast, and she was absurdly strong too. She picked up a rock that had to weigh 150 pounds and threw it about 6 feet into a creek so I could cross it easier one day. She was always very considerate of my human limitations. She taught me all about her people, and even though you have no real reason to believe me, some of what I've actually heard you theorize about is absolutely right. Nyasa became a cherished friend. I knew her for years. I ended up meeting her family one day the following year. If you'd like to hear about that, I'll send it to you because it's another story itself, LOL. When I started driving, I would go see them year-round, and we became even closer friends. Then Nyasa became very sick and passed away. She was 20 years old. It was like losing a sister, literally. She was the first friend I had that had died. I miss her dearly, but I still see the others. They understand that she is still alive in another place, so as tragic as it is, they always tell me not to worry. This has been ongoing with me for 30 years now, and I have learned more things about them than I could ever tell. I know I wanted to say more here, but this is long enough. Long enough, LOL. I will periodically write in with more stories about my time with them if you want me to. That would be cool. Thanks for the great platform you've created and given us. I am always looking forward to seeing what you have for us next. Thanks. Anonymous. So, that was pretty cool. I have to say that was definitely one of the cooler stories that I've gotten, except for the end. That's kind of a bummer. Like, for real, I have never had anyone tell me they have known one that passed away. This is the first time, so mark it on your calendar. I'm not trying to make a joke about that, but I am trying to lighten the mood a little bit. Anyway, that was heavy, but that was really cool. It sounds kind of like the same, sort of along the same lines. I'm not saying it's anything like the other story, but it is along those same lines on how they kind of met and stuff. And it's weird because I've heard other encounters or other people talk about them when they were little kids playing with Sasquatch kids, and it happens about the same way. They just get approached by them. I think they just don't feel too apprehensive when they see a kid. You know, they think, well, the kid is not corrupted like these bigger ones are, so they'll probably accept us easier or something. I would think that if I were one of them. I do believe. But anyway, that was hardcore. So I guess that's about it. I'm going to leave it at that. Anyway, I really appreciate everybody watching, and leave me your paranormal. Send me your paranormal if you have any for me. Paranormalrushhour at gmail.com or prhparanormail at gmail.com. I'll put those in the description. And I want to thank all my new subscribers. I really, really appreciate you guys subscribing. I'm trying to get it to where I can go live, and you have to have like 1,000 to do that. So I really would like to be able to do that soon. So anyway, and the watch hours and stuff, but I'll get there. Anyway, I really do appreciate it, everybody. And let me know what you think about this. And I look forward to reading the next one for you. Till then, everybody stay safe. And don't let that, I want to call it something, but you know what show last night, you guys down. I'm talking about the debate. That was just insane. Anyway, okay. All right. You guys are great, and I appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't, please. Please do. And I'll see you guys soon. Take care and stay safe, everybody.